Hey there, I wanted to show you my starter survival crate setup. I kind of just bum rushed it, but it's all based off this one water wheel. You'll probably end up with a setup like this before you get into the sort of automation and you get heaps of resources. Setting up an auto smelter, that's just free, like you don't have to worry about coal, it just turns whatever resource any raw ingot into the ingot version of yourself. I've got a fireplace up here that cooks all of my food for me. It's real simple to set up and then just to have this automate things for you. We have things like mixers, which we needed to progress into sort of the brass age of things to get the brass funnels to really automate things. That was a bit of a pain to get. And we have a millstone. All the power is routed from this single water wheel, which I'm sure isn't going to come bite me in the butt when I try to set up this mechanical crafter. It has. So I'm going to walk you through all this nonsense. So we have a single shaft transferring from here to the encased fan for the auto smelter. If you look underneath this is two cogs over, another cog running a shaft all the way underneath the base, which just powers this one conveyor belt, which helps automate that system. Then from that cog wheel, we move on to this one. This shaft runs up there, and this automates this top level. So one set of cogs to automate this encased fan to power that, and then another cog you can see underneath. There's a gearbox there to change the direction of the conveyor belt, but that runs that conveyor belt to automate this setup, which is needed. And then from there we go to this gearbox. This isn't needed. Right. From this gearbox, this cog, that just turns this millstone. We have another cog to gearbox to power this conveyor belt, which automates the millstone back there. So I'll just chuck whatever I need ground up into there, that automates that. And then completely separate to all the system running off this one poor water wheel is the my basin smelting brass making system, which needs a hand crank in order to work until I can get to steam powered technology. Yeah, it's a bit of a mess, but it all just kind of works. Oh, I forgot to mention these ones. So for the same belt system that goes up and powers the second floor, I have another shaft just caught in the middle here. That powers my press for when I need to turn iron, gold or brass into sheets. And then I have a deploy here, which I needed to use to make my Wonder Wand. Wonder Wand here. Can also be used to make more complex pieces of machinery. I forget the precision item. I'll need it for later. It's constantly on. I don't know how to turn it off, but that's neither here nor there. And that's my entire starter base system. I know it's a mess. I've never pretended it to be pretty, and I'm sure I'll move on later once I've actually got the resources to do this. This was very, very bum rushed. I got andesite from the mine colony system. I dug up like half a stack of iron and used their pieces to make the required andesite ingots. I would recommend that you use a chopping board. In the CreateaColony mod pack, you can use a chopping board to strip logs. You also get bark, which you can use for paper, and you need paper for sandpaper for the brass belt funnels. You could just use sugarcane, but I was really lazy and didn't want to do any exploring. I've basically been stuck on this one island. Well, that's a walkthrough of my little starter base, and also recap if you want to jump in on my live streams. I hope you have found this useful, and farewell.